Oh, it's gonna be fun today. Jeez, oof. I am not used to doing three shows in the morning and three shows here. It just starts feeling like I'm just sitting behind this thing and going live constantly. It's messing with me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hey, how you
Hello.
doing? How you doing, Mrs.
I
Mrs.
am doing. How are
Digger
you?
420? You were very excited. You think you might be breaking news, guys. Let's love your hair, Digger. Yes, Lexi, very very
Thank you.
happy with your hair. Your hair is very lovely.
Thank you.
I said as much before the show that you were complaining about, and I was like, shame on you, woman. You look ravishing. I don't know what your problems would be.
Yeah, it looks better on the camera than it does in real life. It's a little bit
Shush.
too dark right where it's really light naturally. It got a little extra, but a few washes and it'll be perfect. I really like it too. I was
It is
afraid
very lovely.
yesterday, but it's much better today.
It's very lovely. I think it looks
Thank
like
you.
it looks great.
Yes. I
Yeah,
feel like me again.
yeah, you got into this was funny because you got into a weird little squirrel rabbit hole. I was about to say squirrel it.
Squirt
I
rabbit
was about to
hole?
say squirrel
No,
it because I was going to
no,
say squirrel
no.
rabbit. I
That's
was going to say squirrel
no.
rabbit hole, and somehow that became squirlet. I had to go. I had to go to the turlet to drop a squirlet. Like
Had to go to the toilet for the squirlet. Okay, fair
apparently.
enough.
So yes,
Sometimes you got to do what you do.
you kept getting distracted and before the show, and it was funny because I was like trying to figure
I
out what it
actually
was about,
shushed you.
and you kept shushing me. Like the first time you ignored me, the second time you're like, and then I was like, so what is it? And you're like, shush, well, shh. And I was like, okay, and so then I just shut up and prepped the show and the streams, and I like got things ready. And then you finally started talking. I'm like, this sounds all well and good, and we should look into this more. But we're like less than a minute from lunch, and we've got to do. So you're like, yeah, this is probably not a good time.
Fuck.
But so
Okay, yeah.
and while
Throw shit down, put things away.
Pab at Fargo saying it looks wonderful, it does look wonderful. I think their hair looks amazing.
Thank
So
you.
you want to tell everybody what you're getting all squirrely
All
about?
right. Okay, well, oh, my water's way over there. Okay. Yeah, very interesting. I am finding I am not able to find proof of it yet, my own copy of the signed papers, but allegedly over the last 48 hours, um, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and BC, the BC Interior, have gone and signed and passed through like basically a Bill of Rights giving us independence from Ottawa. We have been given statehood. We have not been recognized as a state, but we have been given statehood from the United States of America in regards to schooling, goods and services, minerals, anything like sales, cross border, all of that. Apparently, shipments and deliveries have already been made from BC specifically to the United States, which has solidified the fact that we have been given statehood by the United States of America. So I'm not sure what that means because it's just dropping. I have no idea what that means, but the fact that it's already in order and things have already been done, it's really exciting. Also, I knew we had a couple other ports in BC. I didn't realize they had the potential to be international ports like Vancouver. They just were never developed to be that. But BC, less the lower mainland, we can separate and become our own without the lower mainland. So like the coastal mountain range from there to the ocean, that would be BC,
From the ocean
Canada.
to the sea, British Columbia shall be free.
From the coastal mountain range over the rest of BC, all the rest of BC.
So do we have to start rewriting all the American songs then? Like
I don't know, but they're
like
talking
this land
the
is
things
yours,
that I were
belongs
looking
to you
at.
and
We're
me.
talking about sewing on new stars already onto your flag. So if they're so in stocks
Yeah, but
on the flag,
now this must be if like, and we're assuming because again this is
this is all
literally
new.
this is the
This is
breaking news
new.
that you were like squirrel like right before the show. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
assuming this is all true, you then like I know aren't you of mixed feelings about this? Like you're not
Well, I
excited to
have
be
to
American.
work. I never expected to get rid of the coast. I mean, what are they going to? The coast would, for all intents and purposes, the coast would become the Alaska. It
And
would be completely
Red
cut off
Scooper,
from all of Canada.
BC would become like Puerto Rico. Not really, unless there was a way that it was landmass cordoned off by like Canada. But since it's already connected to the states, no, this is the sad part. Should also be the completely unsurprising part. Since they'd be coming into it with money, resources, land assets, renewable resources, access to oil, and a variety of other things, they'd get fast-tracked to statehood so quick it'll make everybody in Puerto Rico vomit, and they should. But it's, again, that's what's going to happen. You guys have too much shit to turn away.
Yeah, apparently this has gone on. Alberta, watch Alberta and Saskatchewan because they're like 5 steps ahead of Manitoba and BC. But yeah, it because we were already, all of the trading and everything has already always happened between our provinces and your states. But now because we've been recognized and given a statehood, the trading and stuff has just been simplified. It's gonna tariffs in our provinces would disappear because we'd be doing what we're supposed to do. We're online with America.
Brian jumping in saying,
what I'm seeing is that Alberta
stop.
has already
Can't even-
stopped all payments to the feds. Any money that is supposed to go to the feds from Alberta was stopped being paid like 24 hours
You're not
ago.
allowed to stop or interrupt this to acknowledge fans at all.
Sorry.
Hi, Brian. Welcome to
Sorry.
the show. Digger! Hi, Johnny. I like that I just get hi,
Okay.
Johnny. I like that you get all caps, exaggerated name, really leaning into the R. Interesting choice for you, Brian. And again, just hi, Johnny. Okay, fine. God sent you a tweet. No shit. He would like a link to the video you played of a gym full of Jews. Whoa. I feel like you're asking the wrong person,
Yeah,
Dr.
I think
Rex
you might be in the
Zayden.
wrong stream.
You were on the wrong stream. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So,
Rusty Grammar, I can see you saying, what about the Yukon? I don't know from the sounds of it, the Yukon and Nunavut want to do the same thing.
You misled me.
Nunavut has been slowly been fighting to be recognized as a province for decades.
I can't imagine they don't take it seriously. You know what?
Declaring independence from Ottawa.
They've decided they'll have Nunavut.
They will have Nunavut, and it's awesome. Oh my God, I need to do a lot more digging. I really don't know what this means deep down, but goodness.
Girls dressed
Alberta's
like
not
clowns.
paying
No
any
idea.
money to the federal government. They stopped like 24 hours ago. They stopped paying all money to the federal government. It has ceased.
So Canada's
They're
getting
not
a dime from you anymore. So do you think this is legit? Like they're going to follow through with this? Or do you think this is a bluff? Or what are you saying?
I think we've got to go through with it. And like I said, the reason I always said you guys would have to come into BC and kick the CCP out of the coast was because of the port. There really isn't a whole lot in the way of natural resources there on the coast. But we've got 2 ports.
The fact that it's a coast is a resource. You don't even need to have ports. You could always make a port. But
No. But we've already got 2 ports, 2 other ports in BC. They're just rarely or hardly used. But they can easily.
Because nobody goes to Canada. Nobody goes to Canada.
Because they don't have to go there because they've got Vancouver. No one ever bothered to do it over there. But if we, the interior BC, do it of our own accord, then coast can go fuck themselves and their port can go fuck themselves, the cruise ships can say fuck you, Vancouver, and just cruise around the corner and pull in to interior BC instead. Yeah. It just cut everyone out.
Okay.
It's a possibility I never even considered for BC.
Mr. Q is very excited about this, saying this
Dude,
is the second time today I
hyped.
can say I know more about Canadian independence than the Canadians. Unloaded 2 trucks of lumber from Alberta today. Asked the guy about it if he said he's from Ottawa and he doesn't know nothing.
Well, because no, in Alberta, or in Ottawa, they're not talking about this shit. They don't. Do you know how hard it is for me to get this information? It's
Is
It's
Ottawa
not
one of the
easy.
places that's coming over if you guys all migrate?
No, Ottawa is where the federal government is based.
Oh, so yeah, then they're definitely they definitely
Yeah,
don't want to.
Ontario, Ottawa is in Ontario. Sorry.
Yeah, they really don't
but
want to
no,
publicize
they
this. Then.
they that's where the federal government is. But apparently, Alberta just stopped giving federal government any money. They just said no, and I didn't realize that you could do that. But I guess Saskatchewan is saying no as well. And from the sounds of it, interior BC and all of Manitoba have just signed the legislation and made the first trades and said no as well. So I don't know how did that break down. Does the rest of the interior BC, are we now an entity separate from the lower mainland? So we're not going to pay our taxes? How does that work?
Red Scooper
Who do we
saying
pay our
good for
taxes
Digger.
for?
Rusty saying Ottawa is basically our DC. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
Canadian, so it's like there's a lot of beaver dams and no paved roads, very little electricity. I get you.
A lot of French. There's a lot of French folk. Did you know that you cannot be a member of parliament in Canada unless you are fluent in both French and English?
Well, it's
so anyone who
it's
grew
a
up
common
in the West and never learned how to speak French cannot work in government. They cannot get into provincial or federal government.
Here's where things are hinky because we come from the land of one language. We think that the rule is that everybody has to be bilingual, so that like everybody has to speak American and French. Wasn't that the joke in like Canadian Bacon when they were spraying graffiti on the signs in Canada? Is the RCMP
the
rolled
cop
up on
pulled them
them
over.
and they're like, but you forget the law of Canada, bilingual, like must be both English and French, and they made
French. So they're
them
helping
they made them
with
graffiti the sign in
spelling.
French as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was very fun. Digger equals wise, only facts. Wexit needs to happen. I speak English and
Yes.
Ebonics, says Arch Magnus. I just speak English, and I technically can claim that I learned German, but I did not retain it. I did
It was
not.
French immersion. I can read it and I can listen to it and understand it. I have a very hard time pulling the words out to speak it.
I'm Midwest American, so I'm fat immersion. Like it's just like no, there's lots of cornfields, lots of cows. Gets cold in the winter. People like packing on that emergency food reserve. So fat immersion.
Gotcha.
But
No.
to y'all speak It's not okay. Is the U.S. government going to be slightly better, a slightly better government for Digger? I mean, better than what you have now.
Yeah, better
'cause
than
you'd
Ottawa.
have provincial-
We've been fucked for years.
You'd have a judicial system that you'd automatically be linking into that at least has the illusion of states' rights and independence. So it's like you guys might actually you'd get to have the ability to
Are
say
we suddenly under, the Constitution? Can we
Dude,
are
I
we
can think
taking
of-
on your Constitution and Bill of Rights, and then we will fully actually have freedom?
Dude,
Because in
I can think
Canada,
of a
as it
couple of
stands,
gun
we
companies
don't.
alone that would be like, we got to help make this happen because there is an entirely untapped market of
Yeah.
people who live with bears.
And they like it. It's okay. Unlike Japan, we can live with the bears.
I mean,
They
right
with
now,
us.
buddy,
It's weird.
this is just a weird time, Al. Silence.
Mhm.
You just have to acknowledge his presence. My grandparents spoke French in their house. I like that. That's an idea that somebody had that I knew, where they put like labels of things in like French to help like go through it, and so they could like speak another language. And but it's just like I that's nice, and it's a one thing to like raise children that way and stuff. The way we do it in this country, where it's like, no, you know, when you're in your when you're high school, teenage years, and you're pumped full of hormones, and the last thing you give a fuck about is the future or whatever. Now we want you to learn a different language. It's like, well, wait a minute, why now? Seems like it works out way better when you hit them early.
Well, yeah, I was in preschool French immersion. I did French immersion from preschool all the way up to the end of grade 10, and then 10 and 11. Oh no. Yeah. 11 and 12 were English because I went to public school, private school and public school, but I couldn't
Wild
stay in the
Sappy's
French
here.
immersion
Nice
program.
to see you, Wild Saffron. Hi, everyone. Just popping in to thumbs up. Digger, check your email. I sent you a video of tossing a rock into Lake Superior for Jeff.
Oh, thank you. I will totally do that. I was thinking of you. That I hope you had a great time with that.
So now I'm just curious, though.
Ella Fitzgerald.
French's mustard sucks. The German brand is far superior. Obviously, says Rusty Kramer. All right.
Obviously.
French Sesame Street must have sucked. I don't know about that. I've never been there.
No, Sesame Street was in English.
No.
Sesame Street was an American program.
Saying, yeah, but he's making a joke because it's the French one must have. Never mind. Anyways, so who is it? There was somebody's comment that I wanted to actually talk about. So I think it was in the YouTube one about the War of 1812, or maybe it was over here.
Oh no, it was in YouTube. Arch Magnus.
With
the schism, yeah.
Yeah. With the schism, do we now officially blame solely the British for the War of 1812?
Sure, why not? Or you can still blame the Canadians.
Because we will still have the East Coast Canada. East Coast will still be Canada original, like
right.
Canada, and like original draft.
We're claiming independence from Canada. So what are we now? If we're independent from Canada, we're no longer Canada. What are we?
But if Canada just becomes part of America, then the other side will eventually have to abdicate because they can't support themselves, so they'll have to join this whole thing. And then we're just going to become one giant continent. And then doesn't that just bring us closer to one world government?
Globalist, yeah. We're way past the point of no return with the globalist agenda.
Thank you, Professor Tida. That was well timed. Speaking of which, the hype train that delayed us coming back on YouTube and everything yesterday, along with all the other stuff, we knocked down $10 more off the goal. So November 25th, that's a Tuesday, the last week of November. We have a $55 goal for that. So any bits, subs, and all that stuff, we have the Venmo, the PayPal, all of those things available. If you throw in on any of those, it goes forward towards the show goal, knocking it out. And we say thank you. So thank you.
Sweet girl.
So yeah, we didn't plan to start talking about the Canadian independence, but like I said, we almost launched the show late because you were so I couldn't even reach you. You were in your own bubble, independent. Like if I had been there as a person, I would have just gently tapped you on the shoulder. You're like, I'm gonna slap you. You were
No.
You were very stay out my bubble with this, and then I was like, "What's going on?" And you're like, "What? Oh, what? But where is it? But where are we?" And I'm like, "Well, we're about to do a show." For a brief moment in time, I worried you were having a stroke. I'm like, "Are you smelling burnt toast right now?"
Yeah. No, it's yeah, it's pretty wild. The thing that got me was the fact that the paperwork, it's already been signed. And trades have already been made from BC. I'm wondering how that happened because none of us signed anything to become a separate entity from the coast, let alone sign up anything for America, become part of America. So I want to see how BC made trades. I mean, I'm not angry. Let's fucking do it. But I need to see a little bit more. And like I said, the key actors are going to be Alberta and Saskatchewan. They're about 5 steps further down the road with this. The fact that Alberta is no longer paying taxes to Ottawa is huge. You know, it's pretty awesome. Pretty damned awesome.
Okay. States that won't pay bills will become British. Nice. Okay, did my country do this? I have no idea. I don't keep tabs on your country. It's entirely possible. I watched a clip that somebody shared on Aaron's show this morning of Ricky Gervais doing very, very funny stand-up stuff, and he's talking about the trans women thing and how you have to respect them, and he's saying it in being factually accurate, but in such a way that's funny. The whole part that I was laughing at was like, yes, these jokes are great, these jokes are hilarious, but if it weren't if it weren't Ricky Gervais saying them on a stage, you'd get, like, if you were just someone saying this on YouTube, they'll arrest you for it.
Yes.
It's always fun.
Yes.
Anyways, Jellyfish Smelly, woo, pass me a slice of Digger, please. Yeah, Jellyfish Smelly is very happy to see you. Never trust the French. I have a funny story about, I do have a story involves England, but not directly. States that won't pay bills will become British. Woohoo. Bill number 1 is a big deal, and I could have promised you this was going to happen as soon as Alberta quit the Canadian Cattle Growers Association, says Mr. Q. Well,
I knew that something huge was going to happen when
I've been promising it for a while now.
No, the BC Fruit Union went tits up and claimed bankruptcy. The BC Fruit Union is huge. And the fact that it was just left to go tits up, the interior, we cannot function without some sort of a grouping, a union, something to get everything, to all the produce to the right people on the right times and all of that stuff. And it really hurt a lot of the farmers. So this again is it I never would have thought about it, but just pretending like the coast is no longer part of BC it solves so many problems.
So would the coast still be Canada?
I guess.
So wait a minute. So wait, like the most liberal part of British Columbia, the most liberal part of BC where you're in, would just be like, no, we're still. So this is the quintessential, like,
where my family is. I'm in the other side.
Yeah, but like Portland would stay on board, and Oregon would secede, kind of thing. Like, so but you're in either way. You're in the state that's seceding, so you're going to become American. Yes. Sweet.
Looks like.
I'm so selfish. This is all I care about. Like, I'm like, all right, great. So.
I know.
Now I don't have to do that whole green card thing. But yeah, so.
What happens to the passport I went to all the trouble to get? Does it count?
You get reissued. I'm sure it gets reissued as an American passport. Yeah. You become an American citizen. You just have to go in.
Well,
go, here's my passport. And they go, okay, your passport's validated and issued and all on the up and up when you go into any port of authority. So that ought to be more than enough of a standard to be like, oh, but you're a Canadian, and now Canadians are Americans, or at least the right. I feel like that movie they made about the Second Civil War of America, where they're like, we're Americans, and the dude's like, what kind? And so, like, just Richard, Digger needs to start her own country. I stand with Digger. Well, it's nice of you, Johnny.
Lexi, I don't know if it'll expect the payment benefits. I have no idea how this is going to affect every last bit. Alberta wants independence, yet they're being given statehood from the states. I don't understand. Like, how is that? How are they independent? Right? How is this going to? I have no idea whatsoever. But As it happens, I would be living in one of the richest states in America if we suddenly did that. And next door to probably the second richest state.
I'm only worried landmine that or Lieutenant Larry's lightly lethal landmines would be a sponsor that would be like getting me in trouble because I'm promoting. Like it doesn't.
Totally gone.
Yeah, everything's coming back now. We'll see if it's um
Oh, okay.
my entire internet dropped. Like normally when we've had these
Fine.
things, I lose one
It's my
thing or
end.
well, not even just it's your end. I'm saying normally when I lose this stuff, it's one thing or another. Like my shit was like normally it's Streamlabs that's having a problem and we don't know why or whatever. Everything was gone. Like completely gone. Like to the point where I was about to go upstairs and ask people if that happened. All right, so